Welcome to the AIGP Snippet series.
Welcome to the AIGP Snippet series. Today's episode is called The Scholar and the Attorney. So let's break it down. The first part, the scholar. The scholar is simple. It's basically stating that as you read a question, you want to break down the question and know every part of it. You want to know exactly what it's asking. The first part of breaking down that question, when I say the scholar is when you read a word, you want to be sure that you know the meaning. So if you're doing some practice questions and you see a word that's unfamiliar to you, you may know how to pronounce that word, but you don't know the actual meaning of the word. Pause, look that word up. If you have the meaning of that word, you just gain so much power in your concept of understanding the question. The meaning of that word, the meaning of that word can point directly to what the question is asking. It may give you the answer right in the meaning of the word. So it kind of zeroes you in to where you need to be. So that concept is simple. When you're reading these questions, slow down. If you're running into a word constantly that you don't know and you're like, it's not the main vocabulary word, it's not the technical word, it's not the AI governance specific word, I'm not going to worry about it. That's the wrong answer. It will come back to bite you on exam day. If you're running into a word that you constantly don't know, go look that word up. And if you're doing practice questions and you see some new words that you didn't know that's surprising you, build that into your vocabulary. Go look it up. Make sure you know it. You won't run into a lot of surprises with these words and not know them. So you'll have the full concept of the question. The other part of the scholar and the attorney technique is the attorney. So the scholar part is good. You know how to read. You know the definitions of words. That's half the battle, or that's most of the battle with far as interpreting the questions and getting to what the answer may be. Now the other part is the attorney. What I mean by attorney is, okay, now you know how to define words. You have a better concept of what the question is asking, or at least you think you do. That's where you need that attorney part. That attorney part is like, let's say you're some big athlete or big artist, actor, and you sign a big contract. You think the terms are great. It says, oh, you're making $1 million for this movie, but this stipulation, you like, what do I sign? The attorney's like, whoa, hold on. This word says this. $1 million if you do this. And if you don't do this, that million is void. So that's where that attorney concept comes in, how you interpret key words, words that change the actual. See, the scholar part is where you get the meaning, you know, the definitions of words, you know what the statement is asking. But that attorney part, you got to put that attorney cap on. It's like, wait, there's an or statement. That means this or that. There's an and statement. It means both, including. Um, you have accept. You have accept in the question. It's like, oh, accept this. So now you got to think, oh, opposite. Um, yes, it's saying something. This solution is not this. Okay, not now it's the opposite. You're not what you would think would be the answer is going to be the opposite of that answer. Most, when you see most, it's like all these could be right, but most would be that most important one, that most inclusive answer, that answer that answers the question more completely. Those key words. So that simple concept, I say simple, but I think that's where a lot of people leave points that you really need on the board. So we're going to get into some other concepts that trip you up, but that's the low hanging fruit. We shouldn't be getting tripped up at that. We should take our time, read questions, know the definitions, and like I said, have that scholar and the attorney mentality.